Okay, I think it's already time for our first session. Should start in 1 minute. So our first guest for the day will be Fernando Guirao, VP of Product and co-founder at Landbot, a no-code platform for creating conversational interfaces. And he'll be talking about a no-code escape room game that they built for internal use during the pandemic, but which ended up being one of their most successful products actually. And the best part, wait, I'll just let Fernando tell you. So welcome, Fernando. Excited to learn more.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You hear me well? Okay,
yeah.
Perfect. So thanks for having me. Thanks to Apiway for the chance to be here, and thanks to all you guys for being here. As you said, I'm VP of Product. I'm one of the co-founders at Lambot. This is a no-code chatbot builder. And first of all, my apologize because probably I'm the worst English speaker in this room. But I guess this is not going to be a big problem because with passion and story to tell, I guess that communication just works. So let's start with a story about how we build an no-code game, and it became our best growth initiative in the last year. So let's start. The first thing is why I'm here. Why no code and why a game? As you may suspect, I'm an 80s child, like the ones that you can see at the Stranger Things. I was done one of those, and we were the whole day playing video games. We were absolutely fans of those conversational adventures, those text-based conversational adventures like Monkey Island or Day of the Tentacle. We were game crafters. We created our own games, especially in that role-playing games like Dungeons and Dragons. And we all, my generation, were wannabe coders, spending tons of countless hours diving into these cryptic coding manuals in BASIC for Amstrad computers to just came up with these crappy interfaces or crappy games that we were really proud. But the most important thing is that these child passions, I guess these child passions shape my adult work. So it's not by coincidence that today I work at a chatbot company. I founded a chatbot company, and this has a lot to do with those text-based games I was playing. And if we were game crafters and wannabe coders, it's not by coincidence that today I'm focusing all my work in makers and no coders, solving some of the problems that we had then. And this is the reason why we built Lambot, why I personally was attracted to this field. But last year, I took those child passions one step further. And I used Lambot to follow my dream of building a game, to follow my child dream of building a game with no code entirely by me, and in just 3 weekends. And this last point is particularly important because I'm two times father. I'm a father of a human baby, and I'm a father as a founder of a company. So you can suspect spare time is not something I really usually have. So how it went that game? What's the output? At some point, as you can read in this comment, the very beginning was really bad. I'll explain you why. But a spoiler, finally went insanely well. So let's start with the game, diving a little bit here in why and what we built. So it was 2020, and we, as the rest of the world, were really scared at Lambot about that global pandemic that had us working remotely, isolated, exhausted, facing every day lots of change with tons of uncertainty. I remember in that time, I remember talking to people in my team every day, hearing things like what's going to be what's going to happen. Is Lambot going to keep? We are going to survive as a company. It was something I really was worried. I didn't have any much answers, but one night I was thinking about this and thinking how I could help a little bit my team to be better. And I had an idea. What if I took advantage of my no-code skills? And what if I just build a game with a simple, very simple purpose that is gathering all the team, having fun, relaxing, don't thinking about this pandemic and chance and uncertainty, and just so having fun together. It was something I really liked. I was super excited about this idea, and that night I started immediately planning a code game based in Lambot. And talking about the plan, what was that plan? This is super important. This is from my experience at Lambot. This stage is one of the most important, because if you don't have a plan, probably you are not going to finish that project. Especially if it's a side project, you are going to deprioritize it, and you are not going to finish. And especially even more, taking into account that this is a no-code project, because with no-code it's super easy to start things. You can start doing things right now, but scaling is not as easy. So I had a plan. My plan was spending just 3 weekends. The first weekend will be entirely dedicated to planning, researching, and writing the story, not building anything, not entering into any application, just writing and researching and planning. The second weekend would be for building the stuff, using these apps, using Lambo, Airtable, Zapier, other no-code tools, designing the interfaces. And the third and last weekend would be for beta testing and iterating. I plan some sessions with my family and friends to very quickly spot some problems, iterate, and see and evolve the game. From that plan, you can think that only 1 weekend for building the stuff is little, but I always have in mind that quote by Ben Franklin, I guess, is that give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. So this is what I did. And what was the output? What did I build with this plan? This is the game. The game is called Apocalypse No Code, an online escape room by Lambot. And escape room is a genre, and it's very important to pick this genre for a no code single person project, because online escape rooms are more about text, more about giving clues. Sorry. Yeah, more about text, more about giving clues, and not with a lot of complication with graphics or transitions, animations, stuff that could be hard to handle by one person. So escape room could be fine. And no code would be the tech stack, but also the argument, because you remember this game was for my team. So I wanted to build something that my team understood and they could have fun. So this is why no code became part of the argument. The best way to explain you the game or to have a view on the game is just showing you the beginning of the game. So sorry, I'm going to reshare the screen and share a new tab. Okay, perfect. So this is the landing page for the game we created, playing the game. This is the beginning. The story begins on a warm June night in California. Like so many times before, an engineer is finalizing the details of his project, although perhaps in not the way he expected. At last, my creation is almost ready. I just need to compile the code, and voila, the world will meet Alexis, the first no-code matching deep learning remote first assistant. Although I should test the code. Better test it just in case, or testing is for cowards. Testing is for cowards for sure. The developer hits the release button. The console starts to print lines and lines of untested code. Something is wrong, but he has no idea. A few minutes later, an AI wakes up to life in that server with a terrible mission: destroy all other no-code tools. Thus ends the strange dream you have had tonight. How curious, right? Wake up and get to work. So this is the game, the starting of the game. I keep sharing the presentation. Okay, so Summing up things, the argument is an engineer built by mistake an out of control AI that wants to kill all the no code tool. All the no code tools like Lambot, Airtable, Zapier. So this killer AI wants to destroy them. Um, Thomas Mann from MakerPad, the real Thomas Mann from MakerPad, contact you and ask you for help to fight the AI and save the no code world. So you jump into a call with Tom and he explains the problem. So you start your path to defeat this AI and save the no-code world. In the first chapter, you look for clues about this AI using the internet, using some tools in the internet. In the second chapter, you solve quizzes through Instagram, Twitter, Product Hunt to find the engineer that created the AI because you suspect that the engineer uh, regrets and he can help you to defeat the AI. In the third chapter, the engineer, once you find him, provides you access to the console of the AI, and you can browse through the console to try to destroy her. But the console is created in the form of a video game because this engineer is a very nerd person. So you navigate the AI, you go through a dungeon game created by his author with tons of retro 80s references. It's like in the Ready Player One book. And finally, in the fourth chapter, you fight the AI in a meme battle. This is another game within the console of the AI, and it's a clear reference to a game I really like. That is Monkey Island, the battle with the Sword Master with insults. So here is an up to date version with memes. So we can ask ourselves now how it went the game. Did my team really like it when they played? And what this has to do with a growth initiative? Because this is just a team building initiative. So how it became a growth initiative? Well, before answering to these questions, maybe because we are at a no code summit and you probably guys you are makers, no coders, and maybe you are interested in see some details about the game, how specific parts of the game were created, what were the tech stack, and how you can take advantage of this to do things by yourself. So I picked 3 moments in the game that I'm going to share with you to explain you this how they have been done. The first one is this last chapter, the meme battle, where you are inside a game built by the AI to protect her, and you can only hurt her by uploading pics of things that she really hates, cute memes. So you need to look for pictures in internet. In the real internet, you need to look for pictures, download those pictures, and upload to the console of the AI, download these pictures to hurt her. If you upload things that are not cute, like a laptop, an Apple, or any other thing, you are going to lose. And if you upload cute things, you're going to win. So what's the tech stack behind this? The main disruption used is an image recognition layer to understand what are what is in the pictures you upload. And another disruption is about the dynamic image creation. Because the AI is going to answer to your memes with another memes created on the fly, reacting to what you do. Um, this is not this wasn't as hard to do as you can think, because I took advantage of several things. The first one, I used Lambot to create the chatbot, the interface of the game. And at some point, we have a question with the possibility to upload a picture, and we send this picture via a Lambot webhook. We send this picture to an API, Imaga in this case, that is an image recognition API. So Imaga extract keywords from the content of the image, and we get these keywords again within the flow. So we can create a condition and just go, if in the image, for example, we have a baby or we have a child, okay, it's right, it's a cute thing. So we can go to the victory. And if we don't have it, we can lose. Maybe it's good if I share this, an example of this. I reshare also my screen, sharing you an example. Okay, so this is the main battle, Fer versus the machine. Fer is dynamic. We have here this data from the URL. We can say Michael. So last chapter, Michael versus the machine. Resume the game. What are you doing here, human? The monster watched you with its gigantic amber eyes flashing with anger. Answer me, how did you get here? I'm here to kill you. Are you suggesting that you have a chance against me, cockroach? Don't make me laugh. I challenge you to a meme battle. So the AI is going to send us the first meme. Okay, start battle. Onward. We have here the first meme with our name within the image, because this is a dynamic image. Ha ha ha, take that. We counterattack. We need to look for a cute thing. So let's fail. Let's, for example, upload a laptop. We send it. And the AI understand we have here a laptop. Doesn't work with me. Ha ha ha. The dragon is okay. We can go back, and right now we're going to win because we'll upload a puppy. So we send this picture, and the AI understand it's a puppy. So you hit me now. You shall taste my true power. Take this. So here, continue the battle. This is the first part I wanted to share with you. I will keep sharing the presentation. Okay, so let's skip. The second part I wanted to explain is what we call the fake video call. This is a fake video call with Tom Osman, where Tom explains us the game argument. Of course, it's not possible to have the real Tom here. That is a video call we made with him. He was really helpful with us, and in fact it's a Lambot chat with a custom UI connected with a Vimeo video where we uploaded the Tom video. So the tech here is a video bot, and how we did this, thanks to some custom GS and Lambot SDK, because you can create a custom interface for a chatbot with the Lambot SDK. You don't only need to use the chatbot interface we have. We have an SDK, and we connected this SDK to Vimeo to create this dynamic interactive video, like the one in black in the chapter in black, the film in Black Mirror. Is something like this. So I shared you this to show you an example because we have time. I'll share the audio of the video to hear Tom. Okay, so wake up, you're on your computer another morning, working remotely from your home office. Everything identically boring day after day, but a notification is about to change it all. Knock, knock. New chat request from Tom Osman. Open chat. So you open this chat, and here, starting video call with Tom Osman, we are loading the Vimeo video.
Hey there. I'm glad to see you. How are you?
Fine, thanks. And you?
I'm actually a little worried, but it's not easy to explain.
Be direct, please.
Okay, let's start from the beginning. Everything changes so fast lately. Do you remember a few years ago when PHP and MySQL were everywhere? Now you have hundreds of tools that allow us to do incredible things without writing a single line of code. We are living in the future without even knowing it.
Are you talking about no code?
Yes, no code. Share my screen. Think of a moment in a world without Airtable, Zapier, Webflow, MakePad, or Landbot. Hundreds of thousands of creators fighting again with Flash, jQuery, Magento, and those metallic radio buttons everywhere.
The apocalypse.
Yes, and this apocalypse could be around the corner. It has come to my ears that a fool has programmed an out-of-control AI obsessed with the absolute destruction of every no-code tool. I don't have much more information, of course it could be a fake. But what if it's true?
What do you want me to do?
The alleged programmer posted a comment during Landbot's last release on Product Hunt. That gave us some clue. At first, we took it as a joke, but in the last hours have been reported security breaches in Bubble, Typeform and Webflow.
What if I'm lost?
You are one of the most talented people I know. You and only you will be able to find out in time what is behind this whole thing. Find that developer and take out everything you can. We don't have much more than that Product Hunt message.
Okay, I try.
Thank you so much. The entire no-code community will be in debt to you. See you soon, and good luck.
Finish call. Okay, so I resume the presentation. Perfect. So that was the call with Tom. That was in fact created with this custom UI of Lambot connected to the Vimeo API. And the third point of the game I wanted to highlight, it was more boring. That is the ranking system. So the game tracks your progress and is able to give you a scoring based in your time performance and clues used compared to other players. So we track when you start playing, we track how many hints you're going to have to use, and after this, and based on your performance, we're going to give you a score compared to other players. This was done with Lambot formulas to filter data, connected to our Airtable as a database to save all this data and getting this data again within Lambot. And this is something, a use case very common in Lambot because it's really similar to the main use case that that people use Lambot, that is for lead scoring and qualification. Because in this use case of lead scoring, companies need to get leads. They pull leads through a chatbot, asking data with the chatbot, asking questions, and they start qualifying these leads because of a scoring that they do this process with some formulas that with Lambot are super easy to use. And finally, for those leads that are qualified, they connect them to sales team or another website or any other thing. So this is something super common. But I know that this use case is doable with other no-code tools and other no-code stacks. So I'm really interested in hear you guys if you have ideas for dealing with a ranking system in other ways. If you want to tell me in Twitter, for example, I will be super happy to talk about it and hear your ideas. So this is the flow within Lambot, and this is the notification with your scoring. Okay, so we've been talking about the game, how it was, and now is the moment to see what was the output, what happened, what did we achieve, and the most important thing is what we learned. So 3 weeks later, about this moment, we played the game. We gathered the whole team, and we split the team in a smaller 5 or 6 persons teams, and we just played. And I must say that it was an instant success, but mainly not because of the game, but because of the attitude of the team. They were there to have fun with a good spirit, and also the game helped a lot. I was seeing the team not worrying about COVID, just having fun and trying to solve those quizzes. So it was something for me, especially one of the most happy moment in Lambot for me. And something I hear a lot in that moment was from the team was, "Whoa, I didn't know that Lambot was able to do these kind of things. I just thought that Lambot was able to do more traditional chatbot things, but not the game." And someone in that moment made a really smart suggestion that was, why don't we use this game to showcase what Lambot is able to do? Because if we don't know, our customers are not going to do, and our customers are not going to know. So we started thinking how to launch that game, how to send this to the customers, and we thought that Product Hunt was the perfect place, because Product Hunt is full of makers, full of no coders, and they support a lot this kind of initiatives. So it was the place. And we started our journey to Product Hunt, the preparation. Something really important to say is that we've been launching lots of time in Product Hunt, and always we know that preparation is key to success in Product Hunt. If you just have a product and you pull this product in Product Hunt, things are not going to work, uh, probably, but because you need to prepare assets, explain well things, design, or if you can have even a video to explain it, you're going to be more successful, because when people enter into a Product Hunt page, they don't have a lot of time. They need to understand very easily what you are presenting. So my team, I started thinking how to present this, and they did an amazing work. Another thing we did is to contact our community to prepare a little bit, saying, "Hey, that day we're going to launch in Product Hunt, so." Not giving the game, but explaining we were going to launch the game. And also we thought in other no code communities like MakerPad or any other, where we could say or reveal or explain in advance that about that initiative. So we were excited, thinking that could be we could be successful, and we arrived to the launching day. But things just not work as we expected. At the first hours, we were not getting upvotes, only by the people we really meet, only by our friends, but not upvotes from the makers. And I was really worried about this, because I felt a lot of pressure personal in this about this project, and we started researching on what could be the reasons for this. And within Lambot, we have an interesting tool called Flow Analytics, where you can see, it's like where you can see how your chatbot is performing and if you are having any specific problem at some point in the chatbot. So for example, here we have a chatbot with a welcome message. 100% of people that enter here go to the next message. But here you have a drop off of 30% of those users, and 70% go to the next one. So if you see that you are having a big drop off of a 50%, 60%, 70%, maybe it's because there is a problem there. There's no clear copyright or even a bug you need to fix. So I researched and found 3 or 4 big bugs that were preventing the players to keep with the game. So it was good, but not easy to solve those bugs. So we went through these bugs and solved it, spending several hours. And finally, after a 3 hours nightmare, that boats started rising once we fixed those bugs. And not even the results were good that day, but we achieved the top one product of the week that week in Product Hunt. So we feel super proud of the result. And the last thing super important for this is our learnings. Things that we did well, that could be done better, but we did more or less well. The first one is about that quote of sharpening the axe, preparing a lot, researching, thinking. The second one about beta testing and iteration, spending that time with my friends, with family, with even our own team. The third one is the creative use of technology, with like in that meme battle or any other point. You guys, if you're going to do no-code projects, you have there a lot of incredible APIs in the market you can use and take advantage to create awesome experiences. And finally, also important for no-code is focusing in strengths rather than weaknesses, because in no-code when you're going to do a big project, you will find a lot of bottlenecks, and if you get stuck at these bottlenecks, trying and trying again to do, things are not going to work. So my suggestion is, once you find a bottleneck, try one. But if you are not able to solve this, try another way, different way, using another thing, another feature, or just some mistakes we made. These three are basically the same. Is not having scalability issues in mind, especially with a big game like this. Testing things was really, really hard. So I hardly recommend to keep things as simple as possible. The final output of the game were 5,000 players in 1 week, 3,000 signups coming to Lambot organically without any paid campaign from the game, and 1,000 upvotes. That for a side project is something super, super good. This was only possible because of my team help, because they did an incredible work this through the product hunt preparation. And but at the personal level, the most important thing, the most important output for me is that that game allowed me to conciliate with my child dream of building a game. So I'm super happy to be able to do this with no code. This is the end. So thank you so much for hearing me that long story. If you want to take a look at that game, I publish an update in Twitter, so you can reach me in Twitter. I'm F Guirao, Fernando Guirao. You can look for me, and I've published an update in Twitter and also in LinkedIn. So thank you so much for hearing. You have some questions. I try to answer.
This was totally awesome, Fernando. This was an excellent presentation, both an excellent presentation. The game looks super fun, super well made. Like, I was really excited about, when you went through it, and when the music popped up with the conversation. It was just, so immersive, really cool. And the use of dynamic image, how it was personalized, even though it was an image that was super cool. Before I was like, don't really get the combination of chatbots and a digital escape room. I mean, okay, I guess I'm not saying that it wouldn't be possible, but I couldn't really see the connection. But now, man, it looks really cool. And like the idea that you were going to use it to kind of make people aware of what they can do with Landbot, that was also like the whole execution, like the business side and the technology side, everything was just really cool. And I think that you're getting some really nice feedback from the chat as well. Some questions also. Yeah, Doc Williams says it was an awesome game and nice event. Nice speech, Fer. Happy to be here. And yeah, Louis Demigno asks, hello, Fernando. Very interesting presentation. I have a question regarding the Landbot future. What is your next journey or challenge?
Really, really smart and interesting question. Because this is about building a startup. Is just continue keep innovating, and if you stay with what you have, you're going to fail. Right now, we have tons of interesting challenges in our journey. One of them is about collaboration, because we've seen that the people that get more value from Lambot are teams using Lambot to build complex flows, complex chatbots. So we are bringing into Lambot a collaboration layer for like the one that you have at Figma or the one that you have at Miro. We're bringing these kind of features into Lambot. And another interesting thing we are doing right now is adding to Lambot some small low-code features to help makers do more advanced things, because we know that our typical persona in Lambot is an engineer or someone that knows how to code, but they don't want to code. This is why they like no code, but they have the skills. So in some moments they can add some small improvements to the flow with code. These are just two of the challenges we have.
That sounds very cool, actually. And collaboration is becoming especially more and more important, since we're all kind of used to remote work, and hybrid work is kind of here to stay, and distributed work. So, we have to enable this kind of collaboration. And I have to say, I love what you're doing at Landbot, and I love your energy, Fernando. It's really
Thank you.
good to have you here. Are there any more questions? Just feel free to type them in the chat. Louis responds, this is exactly our case. We are using Landbot more as a team than as individuals. So, Louis, this is an excellent feature for you. I'm really happy to see the future improvement. Thank you for your answer. Nice, Fernando. really owning it. Yeah, you see it?
Yeah.
Will you read out the question also?
Yeah, we have another question about our favorite my favorite no code tools except Lambot. Okay, tons of them. I'm a super fan of no code. I must say that the ones that the AI kills before are my favorites. So Webflow is one of the tools I really like. How they do things. How easy is to deal with complicated stuff that in the past you needed to deal with WordPress doing very complex things. They do things. Also, Bubble, Adalo. We have here the CEO of Adalo is one of my favorites. Airtable, Zapier. Those are my faves.
Awesome. We have time for some more questions. Ivan says, I just tried a little bit Landbot and it is amazing. Amazing is in all caps, so it probably really is amazing.
Thanks.
I'm working to integrate things with WhatsApp, but not that easy. Do you think that Facebook will put things easier?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, this is the main problem with WhatsApp because you need some you need the help of our team setting up at some point things. We try to automate as much as possible, but at some point you need the help of our team. Facebook do things easier, yes. For if you are asking if Facebook will do things for WhatsApp, probably, but they are iterating this. So it's just I guess it's just a matter of time.
And how did you learn about this event?
How do you learn about this event, this summit, no code summit event?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, because I was contacted by Alina. I knew about you guys because I usually track the other no code players communities in the space, and I was super glad to be here.
Nice. Liad says we also created a virtual escape room powered by Lambot. Thanks, Fernando. Yeah, so some really awesome feedback, not just on the presentation, but on the platform itself. And yeah, also asks how do you decide to create Lambot? Sorry for cutting you off there.
No problem. I just wanted to say that I took a look, a very superficial look at what Liad and their team they are doing, and it's awesome. It's much more professional than the escape room I built, I can say. So it's worth to take a look at what they are doing. I'm seeing more and more people creating no code games, escape rooms, and with other formats, and is one of the awesome things of this community.
Liat, can you maybe share in the chat so that people can also check out your escape room?
Yeah,
that would be cool. Yeah, it's really nice to see this exchange of ideas and exchange of praise. You know, you're here giving a presentation, and that your platform powered Liat's escape room, and you're now giving praise to Liat, who's giving praise to you. You know, this is just the benefit of such an awesome event and such an awesome community. It's really great to be here.
Yeah, it's one of the greatest things of no code. This community is it's really awesome,
and it's really growing, and it's really primed to grow even more, I think, because as I said at the beginning, you know, people need the capability to create digital experiences easily, right? And you can expect everybody, even if frameworks and development frameworks have made our job much easier, you know, you still can expect people to dedicate a lot of time and resources to learning that, and even if they do, you know, still they won't be professionals in no time.
For sure.
We have time for one last question from Marcel. So, Fer, do you play computer games? If yes, which one is your favorite?
Yeah, a lot. I'm a gamer at heart, and lately I'm playing a lot with Oculus Quest, with the Oculus Quest, with VR. I guess the future of gaming is there. Is one of my favorite disruptions in gaming. And right now I'm playing a game that is amazing. That is called Demeo. I don't know if it's pronounced like this in English. Demeo, Demeo. and it's like, if for some of you a little bit older, it's like the Hero Quest, like Dungeons and Dragons in virtual reality, but collaborative. So you have the board, you have the tokens, you move the tokens, you roll the dice, and it's absolutely awesome, this experience by that guys.
Awesome. It sounds like a cool game, but I have to admit it doesn't sound as cool as the escape room that you presented. Okay, thank you so much, Fernando. This has been awesome. I hope everybody in the chat checks out Landbot and gets something nice out of it. Thank you so much, Fernando. Cheers.
Thank you so much, you guys, for having me here and for being here. Thank you. Bye-bye.